Thanks for joining us for another half hour of local news. We begin with a weather impact alert and the snowstorm in the Cascades.
One that is dropping feet in the mountains and providing a big boost to this year's ski season. Chief Meteorologist Matt Safino starting us off with that winter storm warning. Matt?
Yeah, we needed this, and it continues up in the Cascades. Here's a live look from our Timberline sky cam. The snow is still flying, 20 degrees. There's been 20 inches of new snow at last check up in the Cascades. We may be up to 21 or 22 inches by now, but here are the totals as of about 4 o'clock this afternoon. The 20 inches at Timberline, Meadows 17 inches, Ski Bowl had 10 inches, Bachelor 8, and look at Mount Rainier with 26 inches of new snow up on the biggest volcano in the Cascades. Pretty impressive. Now, the highways are all snow covered. This is Government Camp. It's 27 degrees. You see the snow-packed road there. Same situation at Santiam Pass, 24 degrees there. And down at Willamette Pass, also snow-packed and about 26 degrees. So all of the mountain passes have been hit hard with this snow, and it keeps coming on down. There's a little bit of a break perhaps happening around Mount Hood now, just to the north of Mount Hood. But no matter, more showers will be pouring onshore into the valleys and then picking up more snow, or dropping more snow, I should say, as they roll eastward into the Cascades itself. So heavy snow continuing through tonight, through tomorrow, even into tomorrow night. Another 6 to 12 inches, and you know what? If it really lines up right, it could be as much as 20 inches of new snow. So the totals should end up between 30 and 40 inches up in the Cascades. And occasionally the snow level gets down to about 1,500 feet, meaning you might see a few wet snowflakes mixing in. Nothing's going to be sticking, even the top of the West Hills or Mount Scott. Even the Cascade foothills won't really get sticking snow, but you might see some wet snowflakes mixing on in. After that, though, dry weather sets in for the most part as we go into the extended forecast. More on that, the mountain snow and the valley rain in a bit, guys.
Like you said, we needed this snow. Thanks, Matt. And all that snow has skiers and boarders really excited up on Mount Hood, but you'll also want to be careful if you're driving through the Cascades.
Thomas Schultz went to check out the conditions at Timberline.
It is early Wednesday morning here in Timberline, and the cars are starting to stream in already with 15 to 16 inches of fresh snow on the ground. I brought my KGW trusty measuring stick. You can see, I mean, this is deep, deep snow here that's just fresh. This is, again, 15 to 16 inches reported overnight, and skiers and snowboarders across our area are rejoicing. We talked to a guy who camped out at Government Camp last night to get up to Timberline early this morning to hit the slopes. Here's what he had to say.
It's the first day I've been around that it's actually like dropped like a couple feet, it seems like. Maybe a foot, I don't know. I didn't really check, but yeah, it looks good. Just stoked for a sick day, and everybody needs to come on out here.
And I'm going to try to hike up this just a little bit to see how much and how deep this snow is. I mean, this is knee deep almost, new snow on the ground. Of course, there's already some snow, but that has been packed in here at Timberline Lodge. This new snow, once again, really bringing the ski and snowboarding season into full effect after a really lackluster start to the season. So a lot for people here to look forward to today. At Timberline Lodge, Thomas Schultz, KGW News.
Lots of folks, including Thomas, feeling good. Okay, meanwhile, in Washington County, officials are declaring a state of emergency due to a landslide last month that is still impacting part of Highway 6. Corey Johnson reports.
Well, that state of emergency was declared last night by the Washington County Board of Commissioners, and it went into effect immediately. Now, it came after Highway 6 closed for a short period of time last month because of a landslide and sunken roadway, cutting off travel between Portland and Tillamook. One lane has since been reopened, and a crew out here this morning said it's going to be down to one lane for probably another 10 to 12 days, as long as nothing else happens. Now, the Board of Commissioners is urging the governor and state lawmakers to step in and take action. Commissioners want state leaders to access any available FEMA or Federal Highway Administration money to help pay for long-term safety improvements they say could help stabilize Highway 6. The board is also pushing for Highway 6 to receive increased priority so both state and federal funding can be secured sooner rather than later.
Highway 6 is in serious disarray, has been for quite some time. This Highway 6 is the #1 priority of the Northwest Transportation District. This has been a considerable concern for us.
Now, that state of emergency is set to expire on April 6th. Back to you.
Corey Johnson there. Meanwhile, Highway 224 east of Estacada has reopened. It had also been closed since last month when heavy rain triggered multiple landslides along a 10-mile stretch. A number of forest roads in the region remain closed. Be sure to check travel conditions before you head to that area.
After hours of debate, Portland City Council is still deadlocked as it tries to pick this year's president. The voting is over for today and will start again tomorrow. One of them needs at least 7 votes to win, but each round the results have been the same. We're talking 6 votes for Samir Kanal, 6 votes for last year's president, Alana Pertle-Guinea. She won last year after this same situation happened. The councilors were split between 2 choices and she was offered up as a compromise.
A St. Helens woman who had just launched her dream business is now being forced to start over after a thief stole it right out of her driveway. Carissa Albertson is the owner of Mini Munchkins, a mobile children's boutique. Albertson, who is a stay-at-home mom with 2 young kids, says this business had been her dream, giving her the flexibility to sell at pop-up events while still being there for her family. She had only done 2 events when the trailer that housed her entire business was stolen overnight, and the day before Thanksgiving, she says she lost nearly $13,000.
I had clothes, toys, books, cups, blankets. I had basically a little bit of everything. We just put so much work into that trailer that I was like trying not to lose hope that everything was just completely gone and that something would eventually turn up.
Yeah, you really feel for her. Albertson now raising money through a GoFundMe to try and restock her inventory and buy some new machines so she can start making clothing again. Anyone with information here is asked to contact the St. Helens Police.
Now to an update and what may be a step toward justice for the family of a Tigard mother of 5 who was killed in a hit and run more than 2 years ago. Investigators say they've arrested someone after getting just enough information from the community. Here's Alma McCarty with that story.
I'd always kept like a newspaper clipping.
That clipping affixed to the wall of a Tigard police cubicle.
So I keep it at my desk, and it was just a reminder for me to make sure to follow up on anything that comes in.
Detective Casey Mace explains this was the longest open case she had. The hit-and-run death of Maria Negrete, a mother of 5.
I was really trying to make sure that I do my due diligence and get justice for the family.
Justice after so long without answers or even leads. Negrete died in the hospital 2 days after being hit by a car on Southwest Hall Boulevard, just north of Fawful Street on September 18th, 2023. Her family gathered there days later with this message for the driver.
He could have just stopped if it was an accident. He's just making it worse for himself. We just want justice for Maria.
More than 2 years on, investigators announced an arrest on New Year's Eve of 37-year-old Ashley Wolf. This after 2 breaks in the case.
In October of 2024, we had a tip come in that led us to the suspect vehicle.
Tigard police got a second tip in April 2025, corroborating evidence about who was behind the wheel of the car.
After that, we were able to do some more investigating, and ultimately we were able to forensically tie the vehicle to our victim.
Investigators emphasize how anonymous tips do make a difference.
Ultimately, that's what broke the case to us. If somebody has information, it's very important to let the police know.
That was Alma McCarty reporting. The suspected driver was arraigned in court yesterday. She entered a not guilty plea.
To a traffic alert now on the Burnside Bridge with more bridge lifts than usual both today and tomorrow as crews conduct the annual electrical and mechanical inspections. The lifts will last between 15 and 20 minutes and will happen throughout the day, so plan your route in and out of downtown accordingly.
Still ahead, a brand new Slabtown library is about to open, and it is more than twice the size of the old one. A sneak peek inside the $21 million space.
Plus, continuing coverage of our weather impact alert as heavy and much needed snow hits the Cascades. Matt's full forecast coming up.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yeah.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
Welcome back. We got a sneak peek tour this morning of a brand new library that's opening in just a few days in Northwest Portland.
And it's a big deal for Slabtown because it is double the size of the old one. Tim Gordon's here with a preview. Tim?
Yeah, this is one of 15 projects paid for with a $387 million bond approved by voters in 2020. Northwest Library is on a new property in Slabtown that the library system purchased. Thank you. It's located at 2030 Northwest Pettygrove, and with 11,000 square feet, it's more than double the size of the old neighborhood library. It also is gorgeous inside with all the features that you'd expect, along with natural light, a variety of artwork that's been done, even huge trusses overhead. Library leaders say they got a lot of input from those who use it, and they say it's built to reflect diverse neighborhood communities.
You'll see lots of different ways that people can gather, so lots of different tables, meeting rooms. It can kind of be reorganized as well. We also really appreciate the sight lines in this library. It's literally one big rectangle, and so our staff can see from one end of the building to the other and really anticipate if there's a need we didn't know was going to happen, or if there's an incident that goes on. We're excited to see how this building can really serve and work for us as much as we're working and serving the public.
Yeah, the cost on this one is $21 million. Again, one of more than a dozen projects that Multnomah Library says it will complete in 2026 thanks to that bond financing. The grand opening is Saturday morning, and if you want to go then or in the future, well, try to use something other than your own vehicle. Parking in that area, it is Northwest Portland. It's limited. Guys, back to you.
Oh, yeah, from firsthand experience, I agree with that. Great to see the shiny new space, though. Thanks, Tim.
Yeah.
Okay, back to our weather impact alert for the Cascades, because gosh, it's coming down up there.
Shiny new snow.
Yeah.
We had a lot going on up there, and it's going to keep on coming. Even though there's a little bit of a lull every now and then, like we're seeing right now, doesn't look like there's too much snow falling up at Timberline, so look out at our camera. But our snow total for this storm is up to 21 inches now, so picked up another inch in the last couple hours, and we'll continue to do that overnight tonight as it stays cold. Now you can see even the Coast Range getting a little bit of snow, and yes, those were lightning strikes offshore and then onshore, and still a few over in Tillamook County on the west side of the Coast Range as the air gets lifted by the mountains. A little bit extra instability there, but I don't think we'll see any lightning strikes in the valley. The rain showers have really backed off right now, but there'll be a new band coming onshore tonight to renew the rain in the valleys and the snow up in the Cascades. The rainfall so far, Eugene, 59/100ths of an inch. It looks like that was the most on the map in Oregon here, and then up in Washington, 46/100ths of an inch up in Kelso. So a good wet day around the Northwest. There is a high surf advisory along the coast of Oregon and Washington until 4 o'clock tomorrow because of big breakers, upwards of about 25 feet. So that's still going on. Be careful on the beaches. Meanwhile, in the Cascades, the heavy snow continues from Canada to California. especially right here, Mount Hood down towards Willamette Pass. And then over in northeast Oregon, the Blue Mountains up into southeast Washington, also under a winter storm warning until 4 o'clock tomorrow as you pick up another foot of snow as the cold and moist air rolls on inland. And the jet stream is finally sunk far enough south to allow our snow level to drop to 2,000 feet and occasionally even lower with the stronger showers. Now offshore, you don't see any big organized systems coming our way, but you see this speckled cloud pattern here. Those are the showers, and those will continue to push inland through the day tomorrow and tomorrow night before they finally shut down. When we look at futurecasts, you can see that. Here's the snow. 4 o'clock tomorrow, becoming a little bit more limited in scope. Still a few showers in the valley, but then we dry out on Friday, stay dry Friday and Saturday. Notice offshore Saturday, there is some rain out there. We may get hit with a few showers on Sunday, but inconsequential in terms of valley rain or mountain snow. Now, our models have settled down with their snowfall forecast because we've gotten 20 inches in the last 24 hours, right? But another foot on the way, at least. In some places, may see a bit more than that. Then, as we look forward into the second week of January, other than a few sprinkles potentially on Sunday, and then around midweek, it's going to be dry as high pressure really builds here along the west coast. There's that weak system on Wednesday, maybe a sprinkle or two, but after that, high pressure amplifies, brings us really dry weather and fairly warm weather too. The mornings will be cool in the 30s, but the afternoon highs will be in the 50s, especially if we pick up enough east wind and we're able to blow out the fog that'll form inevitably in the valleys this time of the year with that kind of a pattern. Our high today was 45. Actually below average by a bit. A couple 50s on the south coast. Everybody else topping out in the 30s and 40s. Portland right now is 39 already, so it's a chilly night out there. The freezing level down at 3,100 feet, and we can easily get snow about 1,500 feet below that. High surf advisory on the coast. Showers and possibly a thunderstorm again there tomorrow. For the valleys, showers, maybe a morning snowflake, but nothing sticking, and temperatures above freezing. Winter storm warning and the weather impact alert continuing in the Cascades, as we've been discussing. Central and eastern Oregon still blustery, a mix of rain and snow showers, so keep an eye on that if you're traveling through the region. In the Gorge, a morning snow shower, but nothing sticking, and showers and windy with gusts of 35 still possible. And then showers in Portland. We stay above freezing, but another cool day tomorrow with a high of 46. Then 50 on Friday, Saturday 49, maybe a sprinkle on Sunday, and again next Wednesday or so. But otherwise, an amazing stretch of weather beginning on Friday, guys.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Okay, thanks, Matt.
Still to come, more Dreamliners and over 100 737 MAX jets. The move by Alaska Airlines that could have major impacts for Northwest travelers. That's next.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
Welcome back. Alaska Airlines has made its largest aircraft purchase ever, placing a massive order with Boeing.
Bridget Chavez breaks it all down.
This 787 Dreamliner is a plane that you can take across the ocean, and today Alaska Airlines says they're buying more of them so Seattle flyers can fly directly overseas.
The 5 Dreamliners in this deal are part of a much larger order. Alaska is also buying 105 737 MAX 10 aircraft with an option for 35 more. The commitment locks in Alaska's fleet expansion through the end of the decade. The airline says its goal is to use these long-range planes to build out its international network from Seattle, with a 2030 target for 10 to 12 routes to Europe and Asia. Alaska is already the 5th largest airline in the country. Company leaders say this move positions them to compete directly with the industry's big 3.
Typically, we spend $1 billion to $1.2 billion on aircraft every year, and that's kind of our expectation. In a year where we take 20 to 25 airplanes, we'll spend somewhere around $1 billion to $1.2 billion, and we expect that now to continue for the next 10 years.
Alaska Airlines says the 737 MAX 10s should join their fleet by early 2027 if they're certified by the FAA, and these 5 Dreamliners will join their fleet by 2032.
The way that you face adversity or even success determines on how people follow you and they model it.
And he's seen plenty of success on his journey. In our first Common Threads story, we are highlighting diversity in our community. And next, how he's making history and how it's running in his family. First, from the major leagues to leading a local community. Stay with us.
KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
Welcome back. In our first Common Thread story of the year, we are celebrating diversity in our community and also featuring Gresham's new fire chief, the first black fire chief in the department's history.
And you might say his family has been breaking barriers for generations. Catherine Cook explains how.
For the city of Gresham.
For the city of Gresham.
To the best of my abilities.
To the best of my abilities.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Jeff Hairston is Gresham's first black fire chief. Tuesday's swearing-in ceremony, surrounded by his family and community leaders from all over the region, was something Hairston never imagined 19 years ago when he became Gresham's first black firefighter.
It's a privilege, honor. You don't want to wait till 2006 for it to happen, but I take it very seriously.
Hours before the ceremony, Hairston walked us through his office and back in time to some other firsts. His grandfather, Sam, the first black player on the Chicago White Sox. His father, John, the first black catcher on the Chicago Cubs. Hairston himself played ball for the Yankees and Pirates in the 90s. That was before he became a teacher and before he became a firefighter. His father is proud of him.
You know, it really didn't surprise me because he was a hard worker. He'd done things all his life, and he always had to not struggle, but work for it. See, it's the will of a person. It's not so much the skill or the speed or whatever. It's the will of a person.
Like Hairston's will to keep trying after a short stint with the Portland Fire Bureau. They let him go during academy. Hairston's not ashamed of that. He's proud of how he tried again and succeeded with Gresham. And he's proud of the example he's setting now.
The way that you conduct yourself, the way that you face adversity or even success determines on how people follow you and they model it.
It takes a lot to step forward. It's a difficult role to be in, to go from being one of the guys to being the leader of the guys and gals.
Assistant Chief Mike Traeger has been with Gresham for 37 years and watched Hairston rise through the ranks.
He has really excelled at being able to show that he has a vision and what he'd like to do.
Hairston is ready for all of it.
So one thing about me is you won't get a quitter. You'll find a guy that can figure a way.
Chief Hairston says his first focus out of the gate is to improve public outreach, to make sure firefighters get into more schools, visit apartment complexes, make sure places are as safe as they can be. He says the community and the people who live in it are his priorities. In Gresham, Catherine Cook, KGW News.
What a great story. If you have a story idea that celebrates diversity, creates connection, or promotes understanding in our community, we would love to hear about it. Just text it to us at the number there on your screen. That is 503-226-5088.
His father, his grandfather. I can't wait to see what his kids do.
What a legacy.
Right?
Yeah.
Stick around. Another full hour of local news and weather is headed your way in just 2 minutes.
And in the meantime, let's check out this view from our Rose City Skycam. A nice night out there. Your top stories straight ahead.